Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back from the ad break. You're still watching Prime Live. Now in studio, we are joined by Minki Thokoane, a force of nature and a change maker who is going to be talking to us, about transforming livestock security. Now with a professional path spanning in engineering, leadership, and community impact, she will be telling us a story of perseverance, passion, and commitment to excellence. Now, she is the CEO of Livestock Protection Services, and Minki's vision for protection of livestock, restoring farmers' peace of mind, and driving innovation in her field is an inspiring tale of transformation and resilience. Help me welcome Minki. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Life, and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
You are welcome. I mean, this is such a very interesting topic, I must say, because we don't just come across lifestyle protection conversations very often. So before anything else, can you tell us about, your company, Livestock Protection Service, and please, tell us exactly what it does.
Livestock Protection Services is a baby company for now. So we are growing at a very fast rate that it even scares us. We didn't anticipate such growth. What we do is we offer livestock tracking from collars to ear tags for goats, for sheep, and for cows. So we have partnered with a couple of security companies as a reaction units, but yeah, we are recovering, we're stopping livestock theft. That's our mission.
That is a beautiful, beautiful mission. And can you tell us what sparked your initial interest? Were you someone that has always been interested in livestock? How did you come about this?
I'm from Kutupu village, which is in Limpopo. People there go to work and then they come to retire and they use the village as a retirement home. They will take all their savings and buy livestock and say, this is where we restore our wealth. So a trajectory started recently whereby they will take the whole kraal. Someone losing 48 cows. That is someone losing 500,000 in a matter of seconds. So a lot of people in my village will start falling. There was a neighbor who just woke up, he found no cows, and then he fell down and actually we lost him. We had to say goodbye as they departed. So and then the second scenario was a neighbor as well in the village. They said they stole livestock. 2 days later, they found the livestock that it had just escaped and went into a different area. That person was actually, mob justice was done. Then I saw that this is actually a thing it's a life thing. It's not just wealth thing. And I was doing my master's in digital business at VETS, and I had to do a project whereby I'm solving a community project. That's where I chose that for my people and for the people in South Africa and Africa as a whole, let us stop the livestock theft.
Oh my God, this is such a cool story. It's really, really, really important. And I like the fact that, you used your knowledge and platform to be able to stand for your people because, you saw it firsthand happening in front of you. And I want us to talk about, Livestock Protection Services in terms of, because I know it uses a variety of technology, including GPS collars, smart ear tags, all of those things. Please give us a list and tell us exactly how they work.
All right. Can I show you?
Please, yes.
Okay, we have ear tags. This one runs by satellite. So our products, this one is a collar. It goes on the neck of the animal, and then it runs with a 4G SIM card. But some of our trackers can go up to 2G, and then what happens is that it gives all the trackers, you can track them on your phone, live monitoring, and then you can actually get the GPS location. They send alerts when there is foreign movement going around the livestock. Whether it is someone touching the collar, it sends us a tampering alert. When the animal passes through a certain distance, then it sends geofencing tempered alerts. So that's how they work. And then lastly, you can, this one you can actually call it and and listen in through what is happening around your cow.
Oh my God.
Yes, are they fighting? Or
So you can hear the sounds.
you can actually hear everything. And we have another one, I just didn't bring it. That one you can actually even tell your cow like, move away. If it understands your voice, it will actually react. But that takes a lot. Animals takes a longer time to understand the echoes we echo while we are directing them. Yes.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen something like this or heard of something like this. It's so nice.
Thank you.
I mean, for you to create such, this is like proper innovation. When we talk about people utilizing like, technology to help and assist communities, what challenges did you face in making these innovations?
It was the affordability of the farmers. Like I said, I come from a village, a small one. Those people, some depend on the government for support as survival. So this one, for example, there are cheaper ones, but this one, for example, is 4.7 cash price. So I had to find pricing models that can say in 12 months you can afford it, whether you have 1 cow or whether you have 12 cows. So we had to find a structure that can be more affordable, whether you have goats, whether you have chickens. Oh, chickens, we are not covering chickens. A lot of people on TikTok want chickens.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is and the other challenge I experienced is explaining. This is like you said, like you said, it's the first time you hear about this. Some people are like, what is this? Can this really happen? It's happening. We are excited, but can it really work? I am in a farm. I am somewhere in the mountains. How do you solve for me? So there's still fear of adoption from our nation. Yes.
And especially because you mentioned that people that use it mostly are obviously going to be people from the villages, right?
Yes.
And some of these people are not really tech savvy.
Yes.
So how do you bridge that?
Yes.
Do you take them through like a training process where you assist them?
Yes, yes. We actually go through our villages and we find a chief there. We tell them that, okay, combine the whole community. We will demonstrate. We show them this is how it works on the phone. This is how and for those who are very old, please select, if we are to give you the tracker, you will select someone you trust in the house, like your daughter, your son, who can actually do the life monitoring for you. But we also offer monitoring for people who don't have people they trust, whereby we have a control room and then we actually 24/7 we are actually checking the livestock of all those who have the trackers. Yes.
And then I know with the
Yes.
black one, you mentioned that if maybe you have a cow or whatever, and then you can call it and you can hear the sounds around, right? So there's someone on social media that just asked if they can be able to detect maybe like wildlife, anything that wants to attack it. Can it do that?
Yes, yes, because what the technology that actually is on the trackers is called Internet of Things, which is actually sensors. The sensor, if you can check it, the vibrations, when an animal approaches, the vibration of an animal when it is scared, it's going to vibrate in a certain way. That's why we will set the sensitivity of the sensors to when it's vibrating like this, that's when it will trigger the alarms and it will trigger the emergencies louder alarm. So when a wild animal approaches, it will actually start vibrating. Even you, if a lion appeared, you will start shaking somehow.
Even your body temperature changes,
Yes,
all of those things.
Exactly,
Yeah.
thank you. So even the body temperature, it will pick it up that now we are no longer 25 degrees, we are actually now 80. What is happening? Alarm on. And that's when we will dispatch our reaction people.
Wow, like
Yes.
this is so interesting for me because I come from a farming family, so I
Yes.
hope my parents are watching, so that we can look after the livestock and everything. But it's such an interesting thing. I've never heard of it before. And I think for the longest of times, farmers have been struggling with ways in which they can look after, their livestock. Before you innovated this, was there any other company doing this, or can we say that you're the first person who came with this idea?
I'd like to take the credit, but there are other companies. But I did not know about them then. I only knew about them when I launched my company. That's when I started realizing like, oh, they actually are in South Africa as well. But I think their pricing still couldn't, uh, what is it? It couldn't cater for the margin, for the demographic that we are targeting, which is domestic farmers who are not commercial and who don't have animals more than 200.
Mm.
Yes.
I mean, when it comes to like the whole inception of the idea, how long have you been running for?
It was my master's project. So I could say it was 2 years, testing the devices, doing a lot of research, checking, okay, if it has this size of a battery, it can last 6 months without charging. If it's solar charged, it can last 30 days without, 30 days in cloudy seasons because there is no solar. So it was almost 2 years, but I could say fully focused on it, it was last year, which is 1 year, 1 full year until this year. I'm still on it, I think. Yeah. Yes.
And are you partnered up with maybe any insurance companies? Because I do know that when it comes to there are people that actually cover their livestock. And sometimes when it's time to claim, insurance companies can give you issues of saying, no, there's no proof that it was stolen, or, you know, like normal insurance issues. Have you partnered up with insurance companies to be able to work with them? Because, I mean, this is a machine. This is proof enough because they can hear the sound, you know, this was stolen, it was harmed, or whatever the case.
Yes. Actually, like I said, we are a baby company. I launched the company actually last week, and it just went viral.
Oh, you just launched it last week?
Yes, I've already sold almost like 30 trackers already.
Oh, wow.
And so I didn't expect. I thought I'm just putting it out there that there is a solution, but it went out like wildfire. So there is someone I talked to yesterday who told me that we have an insurance company. They're working with some of the tracking companies, but for vehicles. They said they've been getting a lot of calls. We are looking at partnering with them, but I will do more research about it, and then we will, because if we are offering a recovery, if we are failing to recover your livestock, we should be able to replace that bull you love or that goat you really love. That's where we are going with the company now. Yes.
I mean, listen, it's going to definitely pop. Like you're saying, you've already sold a lot in just, you know, launching last week. But, you know, I want us to talk about the, you know, common misconceptions or challenges that farmers may face when it comes to protecting their herds. And how does Liboro Protection Services address these misconceptions?
I think I will talk about misconceptions in cases like of technology. There is a big fear that if it's a collar like this, someone can just cut it off and then they take the animal and leave it there. Well, yes, I have dealt with farmers in Free State as well, whereby they actually slaughter the animals and then they take the meat. What I think the fear or the misconception that the tracker won't work while the animal is under attack, like severe attack like that, it's not really true. The tracker will work. It has an emergency alarm. And other misconceptions, I think, is that they are jammers. There've been a lot saying we can jam cars. I think not everyone who is responding on my social media is farmers. Some are actually angry at me that you are
providing a solution.
Yes, you're stopping our business of stealing cows. So some will say we are going to jam your trackers. So what I want to tell you is that, okay, we have tested a couple of jamming things, but our tracker always survived. Yes.
And I'm sure there should be like a technology in there somehow where if it's being tampered with somehow it can pick it up, right? Just like how you have like trackers in cars. If someone is trying to tamper with it, if it's a proper tracking company, then they would be able to pick up and call you to say, we are, you know, seeing some tampering happening. I'm sure it's the case with your products.
That's where the tampering alerts come in. That's where the SOS emergency alarms come in. It will say, wait a minute, I was tracking fine, and then all of a sudden something is switching me off, because it's supposed to bring a alert that low battery, that lost signal if it's a SIM card one. But if it just stops, then it means what happened. That's when it will ring the SOS emergency alarm. Yes.
And does it work with network connection?
They are like the caller works with network connection. It can cover to like 1 bar of network, which is like 2G. And then we have satellite ones as well, which don't work, which we give to farmers who are saying, I am in the mountains, I don't have network at all. Then we will connect them to the satellite. Yes.
Yeah, that is so impressive. And looking at the future, what are some of emerging trends within the technological side of things in terms of security itself that you are wanting to maybe explore within your company so that you can give us more innovative solutions for the protection of our animals?
For now, I just launched the IoT business, the Internet of Things, but we will see. When time goes on, we shall be able to, that data that we receive here should be able to be projected to like it's sensing the temperature, it's sensing if it's under stress. That should be enough to say this cow can eat 5 kg of a meal, this cow needs 7,000 steps. That's where we are going in storage of the data and actually turning it into solutions for the farmers.
Because I think it can be more than just security. I mean, if it's a technology that is sensing so many things, like you mentioned, you could be able to track so much more within the farming industry, like you mentioned, the food it eats, how many steps it takes in a day, all of those things, which is so interesting. You know what, maybe I'm even thinking we're living in times where GBV is high. You need to make one for us, for women, as soon as my temperature rises, I need an SOS so that people can come rescue me, because we are living in really high times. So maybe like in a form of a watch or something, where I know that I'm being looked after regardless. But can you tell us the best way in which people can, get in touch with you when they are interested in buying your services?
If they go to Instagram and look for Minki Thokoane, they will find me. If they go to Facebook and TikTok and use Minki Thokoane, we are there. My numbers are everywhere, which are 082 870-1003. They can call me anytime. If I can't pick up, it's because I have not partnered with a call center yet. I am the call center, the CEO, and the person who goes everywhere. So if I miss calls, like now I might be missing calls, I will go back and go on my list of missed calls and start by the first one I missed all up to the last one. I will return your calls.
Most definitely. Now, as we wrap up this conversation, tell us what has been your proudest moment so far ever since you launched?
I think the proudest moment, actually, even yesterday, my balance was 100 Rand before I sold some trackers. I sold a lot actually yesterday. So I was like, let me check. My husband sent me money. And when I got there, I found a lot of money that I've never had in my life.
Girl. Oh my God, yes.
I was shocked. I actually dropped the phone. I was like, this is happening. This is not just an idea. It's actually a business. It's actually a solution. And right there, I just stood down and I just started crying. I was very proud of myself. And I was very proud that I trusted my instinct. I trusted my vision that actually we do need a tracker for livestock. Yes.
I mean, congratulations once
Thank
again.
you.
We hope to see you, I don't know, on like bigger stations and national, stages where you talk about how you can provide solutions not only for South Africa, but we see this also going all across Africa and internationally. So thank you so much for joining us and for giving us your journey.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Viewers at home, this was an amazing conversation that I just had with Minki Thokoane, and we were just speaking about the transformation of livestock security, and in particular we're speaking about her company called Livestock Protection Services. But on that note, viewers at home, we will head over to a quick break. We'll see you right after this.